Welcome to Tunesdays. We'll play a little bit of Fred Eaglesmith now. Yeah, the sun finally came out. Thank goodness. I think I'll play this one first. I'm going to do a Fred Eaglesmith medley here. See how it goes. Things is changing, not the same anymore. Things is changing, not the way they was before when the wind would blow. There was bound to be a storm, and now it's blowing in all directions. And only one thing's for sure, things is changing. Things has changed. You pray for rain, you sit on the porch and watch it fall, but it doesn't really matter to anybody anymore. You buy your bread at the bakery and your beer at the liquor store, and the preacher screams from the TV screen, believe in the Lord, all things has changed. Things has changed. You can't get a job, you couldn't buy a job to save your life, so you go down to some kitchen just like a 19 and a 35. You got a couple of children and a tear-stained wife, and you ain't trying to get ahead, no, you're just trying to get by, 'cause things is changing. Things is changing. Harold Wilson is my name, son, but don't you sit a spell. I live right here on Ferguson Road at the Paradise Motel. And though you do not know me, there's a story I'd like to tell. It's a story that I'm sure that you know well. It's a story that I'm sure that you know well. Well, I had me a place on Thunder Ridge in a doomsday shack. My wife had left and took the kids a couple of years back, and I spent most of my mornings thinking about that, and my afternoons trying to figure out what to plant. I spent my afternoons trying to figure out what to plant. Did you ever try to farm a farm with a pick and a shovel? Tried to put a field into corn, just wouldn't grow nothing. Staring down across the town, you wonder why you even bother. When up the road there's a vacant room with climate control and color. You can stay there by the month for $100. You can stay there by the month for $100. Now there wasn't money in corn, and there wasn't money in beans. They took my telephone, shut off my electricity. Then a letter came in the mail saying there's taxes owed by me. If I was ever gonna pay, well, I had 3 weeks. If I was ever gonna pay, well, I had 3 weeks. Did you ever try to farm a farm with a pick and a shovel? Tried to put a field in the corn, just wouldn't grow nothing. Staring down across the town, you wonder why even bother. When up the road there's a vacant room with climate control and color. You could stay there by the month for $100. You could stay there by the month for $100. Now those government checks come down the pike as regular as rain, and I sit outside most every night except when the June bugs drive me in. Harold Wilson is my name, son. Why don't you sit a spell? I live right here on Ferguson Road at the Paradise Motel. Nice little lilting Fred number, 2 Fred numbers in one. That was Things Is Changin' and Harold Wilson. Both off of his brilliant Things Is Changin' album, which is my favorite album of his by far. It's just downer after downer. It's great. You might recognize this one, John. Tonight I don't want to hear no songs about whales or your time in some foreign jail. Don't want to hear about how bad your lost love was or your never-ending battle with those feel-good drugs. Wanna go to Yonge Street in 1965. Wanna go to Yonge Street 'cause the beat was alive. Wanna go to Yonge Street in 1965. Wanna go to Yonge Street, man, the beat was alive. Tonight I want those horns to pull me from my feet. Wanna throw those rockin' rebels and blow me from my seat. Wanna follow the leaders on a soul crusade. Wanna rock to the Hawks on a Yonge Street cavalcade. Wanna go to Yonge Street in 1965. Wanna go to Yonge Street when the beat was alive. Yonge Street in 1965. Wanna go to Yonge Street when the beat was alive. The gospel, wanna shake a tail feather to Luke and the apostles. Go down to some basement where the brand new songs are sung. Maybe catch a folk singer, maybe catch Neil Young. Go to Yonge Street in 1965. Wanna go to Yonge Street when the beat was alive. Yonge Street in 1965. Wanna go to Yonge Street when the beat was alive. That was Yonge Street by John Bond, who is in the audience, I think. Maybe. Maybe he's still in the audience. Maybe not. That's a fun song. It's a good one. I'm gonna have to play something mellower. Or I'll play a song by my friend Lorenzo. I left my pants in Buggugiate, forgot my boots out on the lawn. I got a pocket full of sand, I got my car keys in my hand. Woke up this morning in a bathtub, I had a helmet on my head. I thought it was Christmas time, I must have had too much wine. I left my pants in Buggugiate, by the riverside I think. Me and Loretta and Paul's wife stepped on the good side of life. I should have bought my coat, I guess Ma was right again. My coffee sounded like a truck, I'm in the mood and out of luck. Woo! In Buggugiate, forgot my boots out on the lawn. I got a pocket full of sand, I got my car keys in my hand. I thought I heard a freight train, I thought I was Kerouac. I got a new pain in my leg, I'm eating up my Easter egg. Happy Easter! Woo! My pants in Buggugiate, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but now I know it must have happened. Everything is clearer now, and now I'm walking to Outta. I should be trying to bum a ride, I'm better off on my own. I'm heading for the Twilight Zone. Good night. Woo. Left my pants in Buggugiate. That was I Left My Pants in Buggugiate by Lorenzo Bertocchini. Happy birthday, Dad. Have fun gaming. Yeah, it's not mellow. I don't know. I felt like playing it, so I did. I'll play this one. This is a nice, calmer one. If I'm late, darling, don't hesitate. Just go on without me, and I'll see you there anyway. I miss you at the station, I want you on that train. I don't want a sad sack, 'cause I'll be there come what may. leave a message with the porter, or leave it at the gate. Just let me know you're a boarder, just a word to know that you're safe. I walked from Maryland to Silvertown, I hope to catch you in the street. I must have missed you by a moment. I tried the place we always meet. So if I'm late down, don't hesitate. Just go on your own, son, and I'll catch you there anyway. Oh, I might lose some time, but baby, if I do, I'll make amends in an hour when I'm laying down beside you. That's If I'm on the Late Side by Faces, Ronnie Lane and Rod Stewart. Drunk again on Robson Street. Strange, 'cause we always agreed at the start of every evening. That's the last place that I wanna be. Coffee drinkers dressed in black, no sugar. They don't give me no respect. They say, look, here comes another one, and I don't know what they mean yet. But I say, keep it live enough to trouble. Don't you let it all over. Keep it light enough to move. Promise me we won't go down to the nightclub. I feel so fucked up when I'm in there. Can't tell the bouncers from the customers, and I don't know which ones I prefer. Promise me we won't go down to the nightclub. I really think that it's obscene. What kind of people go to place that can't be heard or seen? Keep it light enough to trouble. Keep it light enough to trouble. Don't you let it all over. Keep it light enough to logging company just to get a little bit of release. I had to throw down my accordion just to get away from the police. Keep it light enough to dribble. Keep it light enough to dribble. Don't you let all the river. Keep it light enough to That's Light Enough to Travel by Geoff Berner. Fantastic, Geoff Berner. That one's fun to rock out to. I get the Muppet hair going. You missed my dad by about 10 minutes, Angie. He was in here and he had to go play games with his friends. Birthday games. It's kind of like the Hunger Games, except there's no like adolescence and nobody dies. But basically the same thing. I was lost in Manitoba on a bender that I couldn't see the end of. I had woke up on a bus after 13 shots of rye, and I threw up on the window and got kicked. Falling on my face. Headlights were flashing by my head. I heard an engine and I heard footsteps and your voice saying, Jesus, buddy, you're let's get you somewhere warm where you can get it back. And I felt your arms around me, could barely hold my weight, and the rest is just beautiful darkness. woke up to the smell of bacon cooking in the distance, and it nearly made me sick, but I managed. I was covered in a blanket that looked like Grandma macramated in the 1970s, when style was just beige and brown and orange. And I spied a bucket by the bed, and I sighed with relief that it was empty, and I groaned, and I heard a laugh then from your voice, saying, Jesus, buddy, you had yourself a rough night. Lucky for you, I'm just the kind of gal who will help a sad sight. And I felt your hands in my hair, could heal the sick and blind, and the rest is just beautiful madness. I'm still lost in Manitoba, doing labor with my hands that I've no skill for. But I haven't touched a drink in almost 1 year since I got here, and I don't take that for granted because I can't. And the sun, it shines down on my head. I could just as easily be dead, but I'm not, and I have you to thank for that. And your voice saying, Jesus, buddy, you're having a rough night. Let's get you somewhere warm where you can get it right. And when I feel your arms around me, holding me tight, the rest is just beautiful dreaming. And when I feel your arms around me, holding me tight, the rest is just beautiful dreaming. That there's Lost in Manitoba, an original song, that one. Hello, Freddie G on YouTube. You might be my first YouTube watcher. That's really cool. And hi, Ruthie on Twitch. It's been a while. How you been? Holy crap, Tony. How you doing, Tony? Man, haven't seen or heard from you in ages. I hope you're doing well. Man, great people coming out of the woodwork tonight. Thank you for the hearts and the dove, Marcy. What to play now? Something a little less sweepy and epic, I guess. You're doing excellent. I'm glad to hear that. All right, here we go. Some of you might know this songwriter. Marilyn Monroe didn't marry Henry Miller. 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 But if she did, he'd have taken her to Paris. And if she did, she'd have smoked a lot of opium. And if she did, she'd have dyed her hair blue. And if she did, she might be alive. Henry Miller, Marilyn Monroe, Henry Miller, Marilyn Monroe. No, Marilyn Monroe didn't marry Henry Miller. She lived outside the Tropic of Capricorn. No, Marilyn Monroe didn't marry Henry Miller. I don't even know if she knew Henry Miller, but if she did, he'd have taken to Paris. And if she did, they'd have fucked every day. And if she did, she'd have felt like a woman and not like a photograph in a magazine. Henry Miller, Marilyn Monroe. No, this is not a knock against Arthur Miller. Death of a Salesman is a pretty good play, but Marilyn Monroe should have married Henry Miller. And if she did, she might be alive. Cause if she did, he'd have taken her to Paris, tied her to the bed and eaten dinner off of her. And okay, maybe she'd have died the same anyway, but if she did, she'd have had more fun. Henry Miller, Marilyn Monroe, Henry Miller, Marilyn Monroe. That's Marilyn by Dan Bern. Play something a little more. I'm going back and forth between mellow and up tempo now, because I got to balance it. Taking a Jeopardy break, Dina. Well, you know, if Trebek was still host, I could forgive that, but as it is, just, how could you do this to me? How could you, Dina? I know it was you, Dina. I know it was you, and it breaks my heart. Nah, you have fun. Go watch your show. So far it's been everything I expected. Nobody's got the guts to say a goddamn thing. I guess it wasn't good of me to expect more of them. It's not like I'm in any position to judge. When my father picked me up, he had the same look on his face he's been giving me for almost 30 years. It's the one that says, son, how many days, weeks, months are gonna be before we're right here where we stand? How long is it gonna be before you fuck up again? but I keep my mouth shut, and I try to do the things to make it right. And I open my heart wide, and I hope the ones I love come inside. Yeah, I hope the ones I love come inside. Got a job working at the grocery, and the manager, he's always watching what he thinks I'm gonna do with produce. I don't have a clue, but I keep my quiet and do my thing. Collect my check every couple of weeks. Mrs. Garfield lets me board in her basement. Says she's known men who are far worse than I. Said she believes in a world of second chances, and more than that, she believed my alibi. She believed my alibi. So I keep my mouth shut, and I try to do the things to make it right. And I open my heart wide, and I hope the ones I love will come inside. Yeah, I hope the ones I love come inside. Went to the Midway on the 4th of July for the music, cotton candy, and the fireworks, and a taste of that innocence that I held as a child before the whole damn thing came crumbling down. The whole damn thing came crumbling. Mother turned her child by the shoulders, leaned down, held him by the hands. She said, "Stay away from that man, do you hear me, son?" I said, "Stay away from that man." I finished my cotton candy and I left. I missed the fireworks. That one's called "Missed the Fireworks," an original tune. It's weird to think that most of the songs that I was going to put on my album I've written in the last year. I'm gonna stay in one place with you. I heard the whistle blow, I turned the lamp down low. I love now not to go anymore. The morning comes and I'd be crazy to get off of this train. Loneliness is a one-way trip, we'll never take again. stay in one place with you. Hollywood, oh, let me show you around. 'Cause you're never gonna be so happy to be stuck with living in this town we've built together. Now you never, 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 train. I'm gonna stay in one place with you. Ooh, with you. Ooh, with you. Ooh, with you. Ooh, with you. I'm a no way train. And that's called No Way Train. The last comment was Marcy's series of emojis. Marcy's series of emojis. Marcy's series of emojis tell me everything I need to know. They tell me where to pick the mushrooms and how to have a heart and give a thumbs up to those that you love. They tell me how to cheers and how to give a rose. They tell me that there's a caterpillar roaming somewhere under my clothes. They tell me she loves me with her eyes in a big wave kind of way. And then we're right back to mushrooms. Marcy's emojis tell me everything I need to know. They tell me that she loves me and her heart isn't buried in snow. Because it's spring, yes, it's spring, it's spring, yes, it's spring, it's spring, you know. But if Marcy ever sends me a caterpillar emoji again, I hope she turns it into a butterfly, butterfly away into the night. And when a butterfly flies into the night, I'm pretty sure you call that a moth. There you go. That's the song about Marcy's emojis. I call it Marcy's Emojis. Everybody needs a song, Marcy. You just got yours. You just been improv'd. Well, I used to dip my feet in the cold Atlantic Ocean on August windy days of yore, with my parents and grandparents back up at the house, speaking adult language that I didn't know. And all the roads taken and all the magic past between hands could never take my heart from the smell of the seaweed drying on the rocks of Nova Scotia's shores. Well, they'd take me and my sister down to Hurdles Beach, teach us how to dive through the waves, or take us out for ice cream at the Island View Canteen, and we'd feed the seagulls all we didn't eat. And all the sad farewells and the jobs across the country could never take my heart from the smell of the seaweed drying on the rocks of Nova Scotia's shores. From the smell of the seaweed drying on the rocks of Nova Scotia's shores. Salt in my lungs makes me feel so young, so young. Well, every now and then there's a certain breeze that's blowing that reminds me of my eastern kin. And part of me wants to pile all of my possessions in a car and bid Ottawa farewell, because all the vacations in those tropical sands couldn't hold a candle to that place in my heart, with the smell of the seaweed drying on the rocks of Nova Scotia's shores. Oh, the smell of the seaweed drying on the rocks of Nova Scotia's shores. Now maybe when I'm older and my knees ache when it rains and my desk is finally cleaned out, I'll sell off my belongings and fly to YHC, rent a car and drive down the South Shore to a cabin by the depths where I can take my last breath with that scent buried in my heart. The smell of the seaweed drying on the rocks of Nova Scotia's shores. The smell of the seaweed drying on the rocks of Nova Scotia's shores. Oh, the smell of the seaweed drying on the rocks of Nova Scotia's shores. That's Nova Scotia shores. It's a song about my favorite place on earth. Alright, switch back to the regular guitar now. Well, Marcy, you're in luck, because that song will be on the album. Pretty much guaranteed. Pretty much guaranteed to be on the albums. Well, that's cool. The last song I played out of capo on the 2nd fret. The song I'm going to play now. Same deal. Hey, Carolyn. Welcome. And I see Theodore is here too. Hello, Theodore. Nice to see you both. It was Saturday night on the wrong side of town. The junkies and prostitutes stalked on the prowl. But inside the bar, everything was alright. We would all get lucky on Saturday night. Well, Gus smoked his cigarettes 3 at a time. His teeth were stained yellow, his breath reeked like wine. And Gertie weighed more than a truck full of ice. But the two of them left before it struck 9. And inside the bar, everything was alright, 'cause Gertie got lucky on Saturday night. Well, the night was still young when Cassie walked in, with her boobs falling out and a perfume of gin. She swayed straight to the bar and she kissed Tiny Tim. And he might have said no, but instead he gave in. And inside the bar, everything was alright, 'cause Tiny got lucky Saturday night. Well, Maris was glued to the poker machine when Carl decided that she was his queen. And he whipped out his keys to room 17. Me love you, then could you love me? And inside the bar, everything was alright, 'cause Carl got lucky on Saturday night. Now I ate pickled eggs 2 at a time, and I watched all those couples strangely combine. And just when I thought I would never get mine, I felt a hand on my crotch and yes on my mind. And inside the bar, everything was alright, 'cause 'cause I got lucky on Saturday night. Well, the tender stood waiting for someone to show. He turned off the TV and stared at the snow. Then a vision of beauty walked in from the cold and said, make me feel young, 'cause I'm feeling old. So inside the bar, he put out the lights. Then Sam the bartender got lucky that night. Yes, inside the bar, everything was alright, 'cause we all got lucky on Saturday. Inside the bar, everything was alright, 'cause we all got lucky on Saturday night. Yes, we all got lucky on Saturday night. It was Saturday night on the wrong side of town. That was On Saturday Night. Another original song. Thank you, Dina. I think I'm gonna play one more because my fingers are hurting, and it's time. It just feels like time. So maybe on the replay, Olma and KHC will watch because they love this tune. It's a good one to end on, so we'll do it. It's a song off my third album. Ticket to Whitehorse, I'm still in love with you. I'm headed towards that western province line, and when I get to Manitoba, well, I hope I'll cease to know you, 'cause I'm trying to leave old memories behind. And I remember Lake Superior on a sunny summer's day, leaping from those cliffs with nothing on. So driver, hit the pedal, get us out to Thunder Bay, 'cause it hurts to think of our love on the rocks. And it's time to get the fuck out of Dodge. Yeah, it's time to stop beating around the bush, and it's time to tuck tail and run, 'cause this town ain't doing me no good. Haven't found my peace, 'cause Winnipeg is playing with my brain, calling up your beauty as as you slept in the back seat as we drove through the thunder and the rain. And Saskatchewan ain't better 'cause there's a lake in the middle where the water seems to flow out from the weeds. And as the wind blew stronger, we swam those waves together, and it was easy to sweep each other off our feet. So it's time to get the fuck out of Dodge, and it's time to stop beating around the bush, and it's time to tuck tail and run, 'cause this town ain't doing me no Calgary's skyline is coming up real fast, but that don't ease the burden on my soul. 'Cause at a little bar one night we shared a lot of laughs, 'cause the locals there were friendlier than most. And I thank my lucky stars that we won't pass by Vancouver, 'cause it's there that we once fell back in love. Running out on Wreck Beach, just as naked as two jaybirds. Yes, I'm glad we're heading north through 101, 'cause it's time to get the fuck out of Dodge, and it's time to stop beating around the bush, and it's time to tuck the tail and run, 'cause this town ain't doing me no good. No, this town ain't doing me no good. No, this town ain't doing me no good. No, this town ain't doing me no good. That was Outta Dodge. Everyone have a safe and wonderful weekend. Enjoy the holiday for many of you, and the long weekend for a lot of us. And yeah, revel in it. It's not every day we get holidays and time off and extra weekend stuff. So thank you all so much for listening, and I hope I'll see you all again very, very soon. Take good care and have a wonderful Thursday night. Bye-bye.